if now you have the extra time for this thing, yeah, do it. And talking about the data storage and the data disclosure, for these two, we are going to focus on the data retention policy. Like I say that how long you keep, maybe you can stick to the law prescription period, and maybe think about what is the business reason for doing so. The data security, this is a thing that you have to equip them very strict on this. You need to have, this is the document that is to comply with the PDPA. It's called the Record of Data Processing Activity, ROPA. This thing is mean that you as a data controller and you as a data processor both have to have this list and to jot down whatever you do with them, with the personal data, and what you are doing with the data owner. So this is a key. And if there is something wrong, the PDPC will asking for this document to show up what it is. And that if you fail to have this document, you already breached the law. And what to do is to identify the data processor. And like I say, the cloud service is also one. The contract addendum have to be implemented. Binding corporate rules. The binding corporate rules is the one is showing is about the policy for the group company to transfer the data inside and outside and overseas, and they use the same set of security, and this is the one that going to draft and make and endorsed by the PDPC that you can use that. So this is the one that is spend the time, but it's really nice to have if you have a group company inside and outside Thailand to make it clear on what its policy is. And if you don't use the business corporate rules or BCR, you need to ensure that the destination of the data that you transfer to have the adequate standard. And adequate standard is really, really subjective. And in this regional, it have only Japan that qualify as the adequate standard in the view of the GDPR. So it means that you cannot transfer anything to anywhere except Japan right now because of this of the adequate standard. So maybe you have to explore more exemption for the overseas transfer. And talking about the pseudonymization and anonymization, when talking about the data storage, that you have no retention period for that. So maybe you can use the anonymization after the expiry of the data storage. But in the same time, maybe during the time that you still use the information, you may encrypt them or make it pseudonymization for the time being in order to make use of that, because the different one is that it can be traced back or it cannot be traced back. That is a key. So this is about the how to protect your employee, supplier, and customer, which is show you a lot of the personal data.